today we're being joined by potential AFLW draftee from Queensland, Lilu Hung. Lilu, thanks for coming on.
That's all right.
All right. So tell us a bit about yourself, what type of player you are and what got you into footy.
So I'm used to be a centre half forward key position, but I'm kind of moving into like a utility, chucked around the back, chucked around the forward, just wherever. More of a big bodied player, getting into the contest rather than an outside player. And I got into footy by my old English teacher at high school. I was kind of a kid who just did a bunch of sports, and he said, "Oh, I'll give it a crack," and I just fell in love. So yeah.
That's good. So obviously in 2021 and 2022, you were part of the Brisbane Lions Academy. How was that time for you? And how was the time in that academy, the Lions?
Oh, it was really beneficial. And I had even started, I think it was in 2019, as like a really young kid who was just kind of like added on. Just, because I was seeing it like representative level, and they thought maybe we'll give this kid a chance, which was very kind of them. But yeah, it's been so beneficial. They've got great resources, and I've just loved my time there. So yeah.
So is there any plays in the mid-sizes or even or anyone in the coaching stuff while you were there kind of took you under their wing as well and kind of to get to where you're now?
Definitely Scott Pyle and Scott Cowley, those two. They were really great for me. I think all of the coaches that I've had have been pretty welcoming and like very, very generous with everyone. But yeah, specifically those two.
So obviously you're one of 12 players that were invited to the combine, in the state combine for Queensland. How was that time given the call, the text, or whatever it was to get told you're in, and then while you're in it, how it was?
Yeah, it was really, really great. Like, I didn't expect the call up at all. Obviously, I was injured this season, and like I think I played one game at the time. So, yeah, it was phenomenal, and me and my mum couldn't even believe it. But yeah, and when we were there, it was great because I'm really close with all the Queensland girls. Like, we had done like all the Brisbane girls did academy together, and then we did Queensland team with all the Gold Coast girls. So it was just really like a really positive group, and everyone was just being around it. So yeah, it was great.
That's good. So do you feel like that gives you some confidence, as you said, you've been injured most of this year, and then to still get selected in the state side when generally you may think that in general they may be leaning towards players that haven't been injured?
Yeah. That was also a shock. I wasn't initially selected, so I was kind of got in via the back, I guess you could say. And it was more just to like get me involved with a bit more coaching, like see it a bit more like that. Definitely improve my footy IQ and just get around it in that way. And obviously getting selected was great. It was a really great experience, and it's that next level where everyone is really pouring their heart out into it. And the coaches were amazing. So yeah, it was really good.
So you mentioned that you've been injured this year. How's the injury process been, and how's the rehab been, and how are you right now?
Yeah, so the process has been long. Like, we initially thought I was going to be back for Queensland, maybe one game. But then obviously that didn't kind of work out for us, and I was going to play the grand final at Aflw level. Didn't happen. But now we're kind of happy that I'm settling into this preseason and just going with the flow and like just, I guess, letting it happen in its own way. But yeah, the rehab process has been great. Like, I fell in love with the process, and I think that was the main thing that was kind of what was going to be the determining factor of how it was going to go. So yeah, that was really great. And yeah, no, I'm doing really well now. Like, I'm out the other side of it, and I'm in preseason, so it's great.
So obviously with the draft within 3 weeks, how are you feeling heading into this process? And do you get any nerves? Because generally a lot of people do, but the odd person might not, but do you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it's something you really care about, then obviously you're going to have nerves. And so I'm, obviously going to be happy with any outcome, but I don't think it's likely that I'll be drafted given how much I've been seen this year, which is okay. Like, I'm happy with that, content with that. Just makes me work harder next year. But yeah, very nervous.
If you would compare yourself to an AFL or AFLW player, so people get a bit what style of forward you are, who would you kind of relate yourself to, the style you play?
Yep, so I'd say like a Charlie Rowbottom or an Ellie Hampson, possibly even a Kathy Spark, but I wouldn't say kind of a midfielder. I'm more of like a utility kind of thrown in each flank. But yeah, that's the kind of vibe, yeah.
So who's one of your favourite players to watch? And it's kind of a similar question, but like a player you like watching, go, hopefully I can show some signs like they do, or the type of player they are as well. Or be those
sure. I'd say Ash Brazel, like, she is just an absolute great contester. She just gets around the footy, works hard. Like, she's just an absolute icon. And I came from a netball background, so it's hard not to love her too. So yeah.
So who's some of your favourite teammates you have down at the Queensland sides?
Oh, I love them all, but this is tough. Yeah, I don't know, because I just love them all. They're all great, and I love them from different reasons, so it's hard to choose.
That's fair. Keep the options open for sure. Who Daniel Ponce Centre Square at Icon Park in the AFLW start of the season. Do you think you'd be able to replicate that moment, or someone thinks they can?
I'd like to say I could. Like, it's obviously, that was an amazing moment, and you'd obviously hope to have a stellar career and a stellar game like that. But that I could only hope. Yeah.
What's some nicknames you get given that you like or dislike?
I got called L for a while. I'm me at work, so that one's good. That's basically it. It's kind of, my name's already kind of a nickname in the sense, so yeah, I don't really receive too many.
Well, that's good. Any coaches' pets in any of the Queensland sides you've been a part of?
Oh, I'd say Rania Crozier. She loves it. She loves it. Yeah.
That's good. Any outside of footy interests that you have?
Yeah, well, I am studying physio, so I'm really enjoying that. But I just love going to the beach, love getting out there, love going on hikes, going on walks, hanging out with friends. Yeah, and I really love to read, so that one's a big one.
Nice. What do you feel is the best individual game you've played? And I know obviously you mentioned you've been injured this year, but what do you feel is the best individual game you've played in individually that would be the game that has gotten you noticed in this position?
Oh, I'd say one of last year's games, one of the Quaffle games against Maroochydore. I think it was the second time we played them down at home. That was a really good game. Yeah, I don't know. I just turned it on then, and yeah, loved it.
Well, that's good. Obviously, who do you feel is your best player in the AFLW competition? Obviously, last night we said Mon Conti win the AFLW best and first by 7 votes, with 5 players tied in 6 votes. Who do you feel is the best player in the comp in general?
Oh, I'd say Belle Dawes is up there for sure. Big Brisbane Lions supporter, so
Yeah.
love her. I think Ali Moffat had a great season too. Like, she's done really well as well. So yeah.
Yeah, Morph's been good off the Rising Star Award last night, and obviously missing the last 3 weeks of the season. You mentioned Isabel Dawes. I think it was under 22's team. She got in the final team, and she also had a good season in general as well. Who loves the limelight, the attention, the camera? I can just not get enough of it in any of the Queensland sides you've been a part of all around.
Ava Usher. She loves it. Loves to get around it.
Yeah, that's fair. If you could poach any player or players from another club to take to, say, hypothetically, the Brisbane Lions, if you were to be there hypothetically, because you go from them, who would you like to steal from another club and why, or players?
Oh, gee whiz. Yeah, I'd say Ash Brussel again. Like, she's just, I feel like she'd be such a good, she'd be good in every way. Like, great inspiration, great role model, really hard work ethic, keep everyone going.
That's fair. She's been linked to Fremantle too. So North v Brisbane in the AFLW Grand Final this week. How are you feeling going?
Sorry, you just cut out a bit then.
Sorry?
You just cut out there. Sorry, what did you say?
That's all right. The North and Brisbane in the Grand Final being AFLW, I'm sure you're going to tip your 10 Brisbane Lions, but how do you think the game will go? Because North have been in some form.
Yeah, they've been playing really well. They're shaping up really well. But I think that we've got the kick on them this year. I really hope that we bring that angst that we usually have and have that competitiveness and all of the physicality throughout that. And I know that they've been working really hard, so it'd be good to see them get on top.
What's something someone does at the club and any of the team you've been a part of that you just cannot stand?
I cannot stand. I'd say, I don't really know. Oh, not helping put kit away, like at the end of training. hate it when people don't help. Put the balls back in the ball bag, pick up the post, all that stuff. Yeah, you got to get around it. You got to get in there.
That's one of the toughest you've ever had in any of the leagues you've been a part. Who's one of the toughest opponents you've had to match up on?
Oh, I think Montana Ham last year when we versed them, Brisbane Lions Academy versus Western Jets. She was an absolute gun. Or Charlotte Bascaran, she did really well too.
I'm Hawthorn, yeah.
Yeah. Those two are pretty tough.
How was it for you? Because you mentioned the two names also that are in AFLW, the Swans and Hawks, respectively now. So what do you take in playing in now, competing against players that are now in AFLW, so that gives you some confidence that you've kind of, if you were to get to that level, that you've faced opponents that are on that level already?
Yeah, absolutely. It gives you a vote of confidence. I mean, like, it's just great to see that kind of can synthesize and that it is possible for that to happen. And in such close proximity, like you played against them, and so, you know, it becomes more obtainable in that sense.
So last night was a winner by Aflw Goldsworthy, but hypothetically, who did you think would be your rising star this year?
Who do I think would take it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Ali Moffat. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, she's played a cracker of a season. Obviously, she was out with injuries for the last part, but yeah, she was really great. I don't know who else. Charlie Mullins.
She was good. Obviously, then you got Aflw Goldsworthy, of course, who won it, and then you got Ella Roberts as well, Charlie Thomas, there's Jazz Fleming, and that's why it was so even at the top end. Just a few more questions. I appreciate you coming on. So, teammates you've been impressed by in any of the Queensland teams you've been a part of?
Yep. Indiana Williams. She's got an excellent work ethic. She's just great. Lily Baker too. They're just absolute rock stars. They love it. Who else? Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Laura Roy. She's always good fun. She always has a joke to crack or something funny to say. So she's been really great. Yeah.
The Energizer Bunny then. One final one, so appreciate you coming on. So who's someone who's in any of the Queensland sides, or even someone you've faced and competed against or seen, that you feel is under the radar, is underrated and flies under the radar? Who's someone's like, gee, they should get a bit more appreciation that they don't get talked about as much or at all?
Oh, I would say Jacinta Baldwick. She is an absolute gun. She has been talked about more recently, but she flew under the radar for a while. She's such a solid player, so crafty, and just knows what to do with the footy. Yeah.
Lilu, I really appreciate you coming. All the best for the upcoming draft, and if it doesn't happen, hopefully the years after that. So I really do appreciate you coming on.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.